Hey guys, welcome to my first of 3 haul videos that I have coming up. I got a lot of Christmas money. That's pretty much everything I got for Christmas, and I spent most of it on nail polish, surprise, surprise. And I have 3 huge hauls that I kind of broke up. I obviously had to break it up into 3 like different videos because I had way too much to ever be one video, and even this I have like almost 30 polishes to show you just for today. So I don't want to talk a whole lot. So today in the video, I'm going to show you everything I bought at SalonCentric and Cosmoprof, I think is how you say it. I'm not sure if that's the correct way. But those are 2 beauty stores that you can go to for if you have your cosmetology license. And I do not have my cosmetology license, but a friend of mine does. So she took me to both of those stores a couple weeks ago, and I went a little crazy because everything I got was at least half off or more. So I was able to get a lot of good deals, a lot of good polishes for, like I said, at least 50% off. Some I even got for more than 50% off. So since we have so much to cover, I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. So before we get into the polishes, I want to show you the boring stuff first. So the first thing I'm going to show you here is, this will be quick, it's just some nail buffers. I got quite a few just because I kind of wanted to build up my stash, so I didn't have to buy any for quite a while. I can't remember like what the different grits were on these. I'm sorry. I know this, the pink and the white one are definitely more coarse, and then these yellow ones have a finer texture to them. I also got a bag of, they say on here, birchwood sticks, but they're also known as like manicure sticks or orange sticks, and these had 144 in them, so I will not be running out anytime soon. But what I use these for is to push back my cuticles when I use my Sally Hansen cuticle remover. And you can see here that this just has, it's just kind of a pointed flat tip on the end, and then when you put your stuff on, you just kind of use this and push back your cuticles. So these will last me forever and ever and ever. I mean, I will be years before I need to buy any more of these. Next, I have some lotion. I have the Avo Juice by OPI, the Skin Quenchers. This one I got in a bigger bottle. This is the Coconut Melon, and this one smells really, really good, and I like this one the best, which is why I got this one in a bigger size. This is 6.6 fluid ounces. They did have an even bigger one. I can't remember how big that one was though, but I just got a smaller one in this, and the reason why I got a smaller one is because I also got this pack of 6 little mini Avo Juices also. The scents that come in this one are Peony and Poppy Juicy, Jasmine Juicy, Cran and Berry Juicy, Violet Orchid Juicy, Ginger Lily Juicy, and Holly Berry Juicy. So again, they're all just little, they're each 1 fluid ounce, and it came with all these different 6 scents. But I only spent $5 on this there, so I thought this was a pretty good deal. And I can try out all these different scents, but this one was definitely my favorite, which is why I got this bigger one. And then I got 2 of these little packs. This says they're the Malibu for blondes. It says freshens blondes and highlights, restores vibrant color and shine, infuses a vital moisture. And basically what this is, I had never heard of this before, but my friend that went with me, she's actually a hairdresser, so she told me about these. But basically she said that for people, I don't know if you can have, if it's like for people that dye their hair or if it's just for natural blondes, but obviously you can't tell I'm a natural blonde. And she said that using this like in the shower, so just like once or twice a month, will help make your blonde hair blonder, I guess, and just kind of pull out more of the different highlights and stuff in your hair and kind of accentuate that. I haven't tried these yet. I only bought these 2. They were kind of expensive. They were $1.75 a piece. I wanted to try it. She said that they work really well for her because she's blonde also. So I thought I would give them a go. And then the last thing I want to show you before we get into the polishes is I got some C&D top coats and the base coat. I got the C&D sticky. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this. I've used this a couple times and I really, really enjoy this. I'm really glad I was able to pick this up because I'm pretty sure they sell this at Ulta, but it's obviously a lot more expensive. This was $10.25 at Cosmoprof, so I'm assuming that it's probably over $20 to buy this retail. So I was really happy I was able to get this. And then They have 3 base coats and I picked up 2 of the 3. And I got the smaller bottles because I want to try them out to see which one I maybe like, if I like one more than the other, so then that way I can go back and get the bigger bottle. This one is Speedy in the blue box here. And this one, what it's supposed to do is, this is the Speedy Daily Defense top coat. So this one, I believe is like their quick dry top coat. And then the other one I have here is the Super Shiny. And this one is pink tinted. And this one is just makes your nails really shiny apparently. But it's not as fast drying. I think I might do a review on both of these and with the base coat kind of all together, just to kind of give my thoughts on these about CND in general, to see if anyone else, you know, wants to try them. Now for the fun stuff, the nail polish. We're going to talk about the OPIs first. One thing I want to mention too about both places, but more Cosmoprof, but I did have it at both. They still had like old stuff. I mean, collections that came out like a year or longer ago. They still had some polishes, you know, depending on what it was. So that's what made me really excited, because I was able to go in and get stuff that was released a really long time ago that wasn't available at like Ulta or online so much anymore. So I was able to go in and pick up a lot of older stuff, which really made me excited. Since it had like older collections, and honestly there was even some OPIs I had never even heard of before, and like box sets I had never even heard of before. It was quite interesting to go through and look at all the different colors and all the different things that they had. And then I kind of went online on my phone and looked up some different things before I bought some stuff. But I was able to pick up some polishes I never heard of before, and this was one of them. This is the Get Too Darn Hot duo, and I believe from what I read online that this came out last summer and it was limited edition. The 2 polishes that came with it are Haute Stuff and Seize the Summer. And Haute Stuff here is just a pink micro glitter, and it's really pretty. It's kind of looks like your medium toned pink. Since this did have kind of a bumpy, rough feel to it when it dried, it's probably going to be a top coat eater. So when you're applying your top coat, you'll either want to use like a really thick top coat or use a couple coats of top coat to get that completely covered. And then this next one was called Seize the Summer, and this is like a silver and black glitter. I think it's in like a dark, no, I think it's in a clear base. It's hard to tell with all the glitter in here, so I'm going to say it's a clear base or maybe a slightly darker base. But it has a whole bunch of silver glitter in it, and there's a little bit of black glitter in it, I think. Or that could be the base. It's honestly kind of hard to tell. But then there's a whole bunch of multicolored glitters in there. And you'll be able to see it better in the swatch than you can on camera here. But they are, I mean, every color. There's gold and silver, blue, yellow, red, green, pink. There's so many colors, and so this really intrigued me because you have like this silver, black, dark base, and then you have all these really pretty colors in it. So it didn't, when I swatched it, the glitters, the colored glitters didn't quite pull up as much as I was hoping they would. They kind of became a little bit more subdued, but I think when you put a top coat on, they would probably come out a little bit more and look a lot better. I don't know for sure though, because I haven't tried it yet, but that's just my guess. The next one I got is the Pink of Hearts collection for 2013, and you can see there's still the price tag on it, so you can see that I spent $8.25, $8.50 for these 2. So it came with the little stickers and rhinestones in here, and then it came, these are limited edition also, and then it came with More Than a Glimmer and Pinking of You. So More Than a Glimmer is a really pretty polish. It's a light pink base with every color of the rainbow glitter in there, and it has the micro glitter and chunky glitter and kind of that medium sized glitter too. So it has all sizes of glitter in there with all those different colors. I love how this swatched, and I think this is a gorgeous, gorgeous polish. I think it would be better if you maybe layered it over white. In my swatch, I show that's with 2 layers, and I still see a lot of peeking through. You could maybe try 3, but I think even with a 3rd coat, you're probably still going to have some of your nail coming through. So if you're okay with that, then that's fine. You know, you can leave that. If you have any issues with your nail showing, I would maybe either try a white, and that would probably make the light pink base a little bit brighter, or maybe try just using like a light pink sheer polish or something like that, just so that this looks a little more opaque on the nail. And this other one I got is called Pinking of You. And this is kind of just a medium toned pink. And I was just kind of mad about this one on the bottle, but this is actually kind of a Crelly formula, and that kind of surprised me. Not that it's bad or anything, I just wasn't expecting it. And so I really like the finish that this has. You'll see in the swatch that it just kind of, it dries very shiny, and the one thing that everyone always likes about jelly polishes is that they're kind of juicy looking. And you know, this isn't quite as juicy looking as a normal jelly, but it kind of has some of those characteristics to it, and it just looked really awesome, and I'm really looking forward to doing some manicures with this color. The next one I have, and this is the last one as a box set, if you will, but it's just a single polish, is a very expensive polish. It normally retails for $30, and I saw it at Ulta for $30, but knowing the world was I going to spend $30 on a single polish, and I just thought that was ridiculous. But they were half off, so I did get it for $15, which is still really expensive, but I really wanted to try it, and I saw so many swatches and it looked absolutely gorgeous. And that is the Mariah Carey Pure 18 Karat White Gold and Silver Top Coat, and this came out with the holiday collection, and I'm sure you've all heard of it and seen swatches, and I have to tell you, it is just as gorgeous as the swatches. Obviously it's not a see-through bottle, it's just kind of in a white, gold, and silver looking bottle. And then in my swatch it is over black, and it's, I believe that was one coat. It's pretty dense. The one thing I have to say is that the flakes are kind of small, if you can see there. There doesn't have like a lot of flakes, or I should say a lot of big flakes. There's kind of a few that are swimming around in there, but there's not very many. I was kind of hoping for bigger flakes, but nonetheless, this is so gorgeous, and I think it would make any color look more luxurious and fancy and just make you go, ah. And then when you tell people that you have real gold on your nails, well, hey, who doesn't like to hear that? So, like I said, still kind of expensive, but I think it's very beautiful, and hello, you need something like this in your collection if you're a nail polish junkie like me. I got two different liquid sands. The first one is Magazine Cover Mouse, and this is a red liquid sand, kind of with some orangey pink in it, but it's mostly red, and then it has like some gold glitter shimmer in it. And then you'll see that better in the swatch. But this is very pretty. This is from the Minnie Mouse collection, and it's kind of been on my wish list for a while, so when I saw it, I was finally able to pick that one up. The other liquid sand I got is What Wizardly Is This from the Wizard of Oz collection that came out last year. Also, I was kind of mad about this because it's just a brown liquid sand, and when it dries matte, like without using top coat like how you're supposed to use it, I don't think it's that pretty. It's kind of a weird color. It has a bit of a golden shimmer to it, but not a whole lot. But once you put a top coat on, it's actually really pretty, and I think it's a very interesting color with top coat. So I don't think I'll ever wear this alone without it, but with the top coat, I liked it a lot, and like I said, it's just kind of unusual, so I thought I would give this one a go. The next polish I got, I was so excited to find there. I have been looking for it, and I was able to find it on Amazon and stuff, but I just hadn't bought it yet because I was hoping to maybe find it cheaper, or I just kind of wanted to wait it, and I'm glad I waited because I was able to get it for $4, and what do they sell them there for? Like $4.50, I think, so I was so happy with that, and that is OPI Goldeneye. Everyone knows about Goldeneye. It is one of those amazing polishes that is just, oh, it's so pretty. It is a little bit different than what I thought, though. I didn't realize that it was kind of like a glass fleck flaky kind of polish, and you do have to use at least 3 coats to get this opaque. But it is so pretty, and you'll see in the swatch. It's so pretty, and I just think it's gorgeous, and I'm so glad I was able to find it. And I like that you can use it in different ways. You know, if you just use 1 coat, or you could, like, you know, if you want to use 3 to get it opaque. If you just use 1 coat, I think you could put it on top and use it as a topper. They are really, 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 really small. So, you wouldn't see like a lot of big flakes on there, but I think it could still give a really cool effect with small flakes. So I'm so glad I waited and found this at such an awesome price. All right, let's talk some China Glaze. The first one I got is Dandelion Around. This is from the spring collection last year, I believe. And it's just a white polish with shimmer in it. It's very pretty, and I like using it for, or I wanted to get it for like, for using for different like nail art and things. It's nice to have a white polish that has some shimmer and a little bit of a different kind of white than just your regular like paper white color. So I picked up that one. I also got Mimosas Before Manis, and it's kind of a pinky coral color with very subtle shimmer. One that's been on my wish list, just one I've wanted for a while. I really like the color on that one. Highlight of my summer, this is like a mint pastel green color. This is kind of, I wouldn't quite call it neon, but it is very bright, very pretty, very springy, obviously. And I've already, I haven't worn this, but I've swatched this with a few different glitters over it, and they are really cool. So this is a very nice polish. The formula is kind of meh, not my favorite, but that's okay because I love the color so much. And then I also got Fade Into Hue, which is kind of a periwinkle, lavender, blue, blurple pastel color. It's a different color. I like it. It just, and again, this one has just been one that's on my wish list for a while, so I decided to pick it up. And then the last two I have were from the On the Horizon collection, and these have matte bar glitters in them. This one is called Party Foul, and it has blue, orange, and black small bar glitters. And I was kind of on the fence with this at first, this collection in general, because they're all matte bar glitters like this. But the more I looked at swatches, the more I thought that they were pretty unique and cool, and I really liked a lot of the color combos. But they're really different. I think you can layer them over a lot of different colors and get a lot of different, you know, looks out of them. And then this other one is called Light as a Feather, and this one has white, yellow, orange, and black bar glitters in it. So again, the same small matte bar glitters. And not everyone loves bar glitters, so you may hate these. If you don't like bar glitters, you will really not like these. But I like bar glitters, and like I said, I thought the color combinations were pretty awesome, so I got these two. And I actually have two more from the collection that I'm going to show in a different haul too. So let's talk about some Essie. I got a few different Essie polishes. Most of them are from either the fall or winter collection from last year, so you have seen these over and over and over and over again, so we're going to go through them quick because everyone's been talking about them lately, so you know all about the different colors. I did get two from the Luxe Effects. I got the Pure Perfection, and this one has been out for a while. I just had never picked it up, and I used this recently over a manicure I did with another Essie polish, Parka Perfect, which I'll show you in a minute, and I'll insert a picture of it. And I really like how this turns your nails and changes it just kind of into a frosty, glistening type of look on the nail. So I think that you could really, you know, change a lot of how your manicures look with this this effect top coat. It's really pretty. I like it a lot. And then the other one I got is Jazzy Jubilant, and this one is the glitter that did just come out in the past collection over the holidays and the winter. And this one has purple, teal, red, silver. I think those are all the colors. Glitter in here. Oh, there's some, looks like some green too maybe. It does have like the larger hex glitters, and then it has like the more medium-sized hex glitters in this. And I just love the color combination on this. I got two more Essies from the, I think it was the winter collection. That's which one it was. I can't remember for sure. But the first one that I got was Toggle to the Top. And this is a black base with just like dark reddish, almost like kind of magenta pink toned glitters to it. And I had such high hopes for this polish, and it looks so pretty in the bottle, and I am just not that big of a fan on it once it's swatched and it kind of dries down. It's a lot darker than I thought it was going to be, and I was hoping it would be more red, and it's just more dark, and it's, I don't know, it's just kind of all right for me, and the formula wasn't that great either. So I mean, I will use it. I still think it's pretty. It's just not what I was hoping it would be, and not quite what I was expecting. And then the other one I got was Parka Perfect, which I mentioned already. And this one is a muted, like bluish gray color. It's definitely more blue than gray, but the gray's in there. And then I don't know if you can see, but there's a very subtle shimmer in there. And you see it in the bottle, but you do not see it on your nails at all, which was a bummer for me. And that's kind of why I wanted to use the Pure Perfection on top of it, because I wanted that shimmer back in the polish, and I wanted it to look kind of like it was more glistening and, you know, kind of glowy. So I use that on top. So I really don't like it when they put a shimmer in a polish and then it doesn't show up on your nail. Like, what's the point of us seeing it in the bottle, and if it's not going to translate on your nail, it's just kind of, you know, it's like a waste of money for them to do that and make a formula like that when it doesn't work. Also, did not like this formula at all. It was kind of thin, and then it was kind of thick, and it was just really weird, and it did eventually self-level, but it took a very long time and it was tricky applying it. So this one's kind of a meh for me also. I also picked up the Laces On. This was from the fall collection, I believe. And everyone's heard of this one. Also just a magenta shimmery color. It's very pretty, nice formula. I like this one a lot. This last Essie that I got, I just kind of got it on a whim. I didn't really look up swatches or anything, and now I'm kind of having buyer's remorse, even though it didn't cost me a whole lot. I still am, because I know better. I totally know better, and I should look up swatches and check and see if this is a polish that I would want before I bought it. But I just got it, and I thought it was going to be good, and I bought it, and it's not what I was wanting it to be. This is Essie Little Brown Dress, and I have no idea when this came out. It was, I think, a long time ago, and it's not part of their core line, so it's going to be fairly difficult to find anyway. But there, oh my gosh, seriously, they had an entire row almost dedicated just to Essie. They had, like, I think they almost have every single color Essie ever came out with. It's ridiculous the amount of colors of Essie that they had. But the reason I got it is because I have been wanting like a dark brown polish, and I don't have like a dark brown. I have a few lighter browns, but not a darker one. I did not want like a vampy dark brown color, because then it would just look black. I just wanted like a dark brown to use for nail art and stuff like that. Well, and in the bottle, I'm gonna have to see how this looks on playback. Right now it's looking a lot darker, but in the bottle, like in person, it looks like a dark brown, like a dark milk chocolate brown is how it looks. And I was like, oh, that'll be so great, and I can use it for nail art and blah blah blah. No, this is the dark vampy brown that looks black, and I hate it. I absolutely do not like it. The formula is fine, but I hate the color. I will probably wear this once or twice ever. It's just not what I wanted it to be. It is one of those, I mean, obviously when you put it next to black, it looks brown, but when you see it on its own, it's just so dark, it looks black, and I do not like this at all. All right, 3 Zoyas and then we're done, and I'm gonna go fast. So I got 2 pixie dusts and 1 other polish. So the 2 pixie dusts I got were Vespa, and this is like a sage green kind of color with a silver shimmer running in it. This is very pretty, nice formula. I like this one a lot. And this one is London, and this is a gray. It has silver shimmer in it also. Again, very pretty. And then if you didn't know, pixie dusts are their version of a textured polish. It's not quite as rough feeling. It's kind of more sugary feeling. It's not quite like sand feeling like how the OPI ones are, in my opinion anyway. But I do like their pixie dust a lot. I like that the texture's not quite as rough. And the silver shimmer in it just comes out beautifully. Very, very pretty with and without top coat. And my very last polish I have to share is Zoya Aurora. And this is a scattered hollow. The base is, you know, it's kind of a darker pinkish purpley color almost. It's very, very pretty, and I like it a lot. And the reason why I wanted to get this one is because I bought Dream and Peyton from the Zenith collection, and those are both scattered hollows, and I fell in love with those polishes. Those are by far, hands down, some of my favorite polishes from 2013. And so when I found out that they had the other scattered hollows from last year's winter collection, I was like, I've got to find me those. So there was 3 in last year's collection. Here, this is the first one I got, and then I did purchase the other 2 from Zoya.com. So those, I'm waiting for those to come in the mail, and those other 2 are Storm and Blaze, so I'm waiting on those to come. But oh, they're so pretty. I love their scattered hollows. These are like some of my all-time favorite polishes. They really are. They are just so gorgeous. And that stream running through there of the different colors that you get from a holographic, it is just so, so pretty. Alright guys, so that was my very first haul. It was long, it was huge. That's all. So I'm gonna go. Sorry my nails are blah. They have nothing on it right now. I don't have anything to show you for my nails. You can find me on Instagram, Total Polish Junkie. You can also go visit my blog, totalpolishjunkie.blogspot.com. Thank you so much for watching, and if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for taking the time and hanging out and watching all the different polishes that I recently got. And I hope you are having a fantastic week, day, night, whatever you have going on right now, and I will see you very soon. Bye.